When I was a child, Nicolette, I too had a brief career in crime. I waited a little bit longer in life, however. I was in my adolescence. You see, along with a friend or two, we would go into stores and leave with merchandise that we didn't pay for. My mother would wonder where some of the things came from that showed up in the house. Decks of cards. I got lots and lots of pinochle decks because I found I could put them together and make entire decks out of the 10 of spades or the ace of hearts. Or some books, collections of underground comics and that sort of thing. And I didn't really have any discretionary spending money. And she was kind of wondering where this stuff came from. Well, I mentioned this was a brief career, and it was a very, very brief career because I lost my stomach for it when I got caught. A friend and I were in the mall, we were in the bookstore, and we were taking books, and I think we had to have been totally obvious. It seemed like nobody was looking at us, so we could feel free to stand there and put these books in our pockets. Now, I had this interesting arrangement in my jacket. My pockets had ripped through. And I could take the books and kind of get them all the way down and shove them all the way back. Well, somebody who worked for the store came up to us and said, believe you boys have been taking things? I went over to my friends. They slapped the pockets on his jacket and felt the books that were in there, and he sheepishly took them out and handed them to them. They came over to my jacket and slapped the pockets, and there was nothing there. Well, they took the two of us into the back room. There was the manager of their store, and he sat there, and he pointed to a sign on the wall which read, "Shoplifters will be prosecuted." And he said, you know what we do to shoplifters? We take them to court, we prosecute them. And I'm standing there thinking, no, no, please, please don't prosecute us. Please, please don't prosecute us, don't prosecute us. However, he said, I'm not going to prosecute you. I don't think, thank goodness, oh yes, he's not going to prosecute us. I'm going to call your parents. Prosecute me, please, prosecute me, prosecute me. That night at the dinner table, I didn't have much to say. My parents didn't have much to say. The meal proceeded in silence. I was looking down at my plate the whole time eating. When my mother said, Bruce, what do you and your friends do at the mall? Nothing, Mom. She said, well, okay, well, I just hope you're not shoplifting. I moved my face even closer to my plate. I think my nose was practically touching my macaroni and cheese. I said, don't worry, Ma. And I thought, I wondered, she didn't say anything else after that. She didn't have to say anything else after that. And I really wondered, did they call her? I couldn't tell. I didn't know. 25 years later, I'm a storyteller on a stage telling this story as a prelude to a longer story. My mother is in the audience. At this point in the story, I turn to her and I say, Mom, did they call you? And my mother looks up and she said, no. I said, your radar was working pretty well that night. Sometimes secrets can stay secrets or not, depending. Thank you.